everybody told us that we should launch with more than one SKU, which is, a flavor. The problems that we were hearing with everybody is if you launch with multiple flavors, it becomes chaotic in managing your scale up process because now you're not focused. And for me, coming from software, I've always been a huge proponent of focus, breaking down really hard problems to small problems and being ultra focused. And so here was the chicken and the egg problem. 99% of grocery stores refuse to list an item that's one SKU. You're forced on one hand to want to be focused, but that is going to be your Achilles heel when you go and show up to try to sell. So a lot of people go and they'll show up with 4 SKUs out the gate. I'll tell you right now, if Midday Square started with 4 SKUs, we wouldn't be here. We would be bankrupt by now. So launching with one SKU was a blessing and a curse. It made it really, really hard. We couldn't get into any grocery store. So we had to literally hit the streets hustling. And we created this like online program that we can talk about if you want, that really got us front and center to customers and helped us build a fan base. And we brought the customer to our playing field, which they then went to the grocery stores and demanded we were in the store.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I did want to touch on this because I think it was the digital sending out a sample to them, right? What did this look like? And not only from after getting a sample and liking it, but like, how do you actually get a customer to go to a store? Like, if you were to be like, hey, Steph, go to Target right now and demand me, I'd be like, I don't know. I have a lot of stuff to do. So like, how did you get that whole thing to work?
We took the Facebook strategy of rolling out. So how do you roll out really small, but make a massive impact in a very small way? So like Facebook started at Harvard, right? Very small, but you could be really big in that area. For us, that was Montreal, where we come from in Canada, which is a big metropolitan city, but still relatively small when it comes to the geography of the city. Like you could do the entire perimeter of Montreal in like an hour, okay? Just to give you an idea of how small the density is. But you have a ton of people that live in Montreal. So we basically said, how do you do things that don't scale? Because that's usually the stuff that helps you get a startup off the ground. And how do we make sure that people are getting interested in that? So we were in our condo and we were literally posting everything on our Instagram as we were making the stuff, as we were going to the stores. And this was promoting like, what the hell are these people doing? And we were broadcasting it. And then we went and we said, you know what? We're going to do a sample program for 50 cents. Even though we know that this makes no sense to do, but it made sense because we're doing it in Montreal only. And now instead of having to ship it for $14, we can just get in our car and go deliver them ourselves. And on top of that, that's going to create more content. That's going to allow us to meet our customers and just have fun with it. And so by 5 a.m., we would do manufacturing, even though we didn't really have customers. We were just building and making stuff, posting it on Instagram. People would get interested in what we were doing because at the end of the day, I don't care what anybody says. You all have a community of people that follow you. For us, it was like 300 people each on our Instagram. But those people were interested in a chocolate bar because we knew who the demographic was, right? It was us. That was why we made this product. And so we would get orders and they would come in at 50 cents. And the reason why we put it at 50 cents was we wanted to make sure that people were committed to not just getting free product. They had to put a credit card down. And I'm telling you, within 3 days, this became like viral locally in a really small, condensed way because now everybody felt like they were seeing it. We would go make a delivery, then that person would repost it on their gram, and people would be like, what the hell is this? Montrealers, oh, I know these people. What do you mean? They're starting a chocolate company. I got to try this. And it just got out of control really quickly. And that content kept on getting more out of control because we were being absurd with it. Like we would dress up in outfits and costumes for an hour every morning and take Polaroid pictures and write these unique messages to the people we were delivering to. And then these people literally were so interested in what we were doing and loved the product so much. I think this is really important. If you don't have a item that people are going to want to buy on repeat, like none of the marketing you do matters. Because the product slapped so hard, it was so differentiated and people loved it. They were literally going to their mini stores and telling, hey, you should carry Midday Squares. And so we were getting coffee shops, little gyms, big gyms. Like we were getting all of that type of business. And then next thing you know, the buyers follow this grassroots stuff, right? and people were even going to the bigger grocery stores that were around, and we got listed in those grocery stores. So I think you definitely want to create a pull strategy versus a push strategy. I think that works a lot better when trying to break into CPG especially.
Hey, thanks for watching. This segment was made possible by our friends at Salesforce Commerce Cloud. If you're looking for the #1 platform for all your commerce needs, go check out salesforce.com/commerce. And don't forget to subscribe below and tap that little bell icon so you can stay on top of all the amazing new segments and full episodes that we'll be putting out over the coming year with some of the best and most influential commerce leaders out there.